Konnichiwa, man. This is T-Security, and you're watching PokeCast. Welcome to the next episode of Could Be a Game. Today I decided to talk about, personally, one of my little favorite things out there that I don't play as much as I should, but those are going to be training card games. That's right. You know, you gotta love them. These right here are the best things to have. You know, like say that you have a power outage or you're somewhere where it's inconvenient to have a video game. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It's, you know, with everything right now that we have, yeah, we have phones, we have DSs, we have Vitas, everything like that. But what if your battery goes dead? What if other things dead? These things are great to have because of that, you know? But alas, I'm not talking about the physical copies of the cards, because that is a little trifle, but it's even got about the same amount on digital as well. I want to talk about the trading card games that we haven't got yet on video games, or ones that, you know, we are going to be getting, and hopefully on more consoles. And I do apologize about the light. It's stormy outside, so I'm just using the light I can. Well, continue on after that little thing. What are some of the major games that we actually have that we can now play on video games? I just want to talk about those ones real quick. First of all, the biggest one that we have that's available on Xbox, the PlayStations, PCs, everything, we have Magic: The Gathering. This game is phenomenal. Now, I do know, for one thing, true, it's better to have the cards and play it, but having a digital one where you can actually play with people online is phenomenal, because that way you get to experience the game in ways you were unable to, or if you don't have the money to actually, you know, travel around the world to go and say, "Hi, I play Magic. Do you? Good. Let's play." And that way I can play against Europeans and all that. So this one we already have on multiple different versions of the game, and we get to enjoy it already. The next biggest one that has been hugely popular, and I'm very happy they did it, is of course going to be the World of Warcraft training game. Now, we know this now as Hearthstone, and the game is, I'm upside down, is a lot of fun. You get to do a lot of things in there, and I'm happy that they are adding expansion packs. The one thing I'm waiting for them to do is add in the raid cards, because these right here were a lot of fun to do, and so if they do add in the raid, so that would be nice. But now we already have this game available to play on the PC, Mac, handhelds, you know. So we already have a couple. And then let's talk about the biggest one that supposedly is supposed to be coming to hopefully the iPad, and then hopefully Nintendo will then bring it to the 3DS, crossing my fingers because I really want it for the 3DS. We're talking about Pokemon. As I cover my mouth, Pokemon trading card game. This game is phenomenal. It is simple to learn how to play, but extremely hard to master. I love this game because they, you know, Wizards of the Coast really broke it down and said, okay, you want to play a card game? Here's your characters you like. By the way, here's the rules. You want to get good at this game? You better pick out your deck perfectly and learn how to work until you get your cards you need. And this one was a very good card game. Even though it was on Game Boy Color, it worked great. And for the chance of it to come out again, hopefully to the 3DS as well, will be nice. But that's all we have. Now, one other card game I've seen that was available as an unofficial release, of course, is a Yu-Yu Hakusho trading card game, which I really liked. This game right here is good. I have yet to try out that one, and I would like to do a review to see how it works. But think about it. You know, with having this game right here available on, you know, the newer systems, bringing this one back just for we can play it, or having a collection of card games that were awesome and now can be awesome again, you know, things like that. Because this game right here was fun, really easy to learn how to play. Had a lot of fun with it. and it died off, which was really sad. I mean, a phenomenal anime, great manga. The card game really brought that out where we can enjoy and play it. This is one that we definitely need to see on an official release in video games. I don't care if it's handheld only, if it's PC only, but getting the unofficial release to be licensed and brought forth to all the systems would be, or all the platforms that would be available, would be great to see. Now, of course, if they finally did already get that happening, I don't know. I haven't researched that one enough. Next one that I like to talk about is one of the newer ones that's been going around that's been pretty popular. I shouldn't say newest because it's been out for a couple of years now. Would be the Naruto card game. I don't know if there's actually a official release of a digital video game one yet, but this one right here is another good example. They were able to bring out the series into a great game to play and for you can enjoy. Why haven't we had an official console release of this game for the system? I know that people would rather play the fighting games. Yay, they're pretty good and everything, but come on. Card-based versions are even better sometimes. Now, the one I did not mention, which is the biggest, and I completely forgot to mention, I do apologize to all the fans out there to this game. That's why I mention it now. That is Yu-Gi-Oh! As I try to get the light to work. I do not have a whole lot of these. These are the ones I've gotten from Shogun Jump. This game gets released every year, and we do have official free-to-play versions of it now on Congregate.com. And see, that's what I really like. And the thing that a lot of people don't remember is that this manga, when it started out, the card game wasn't even invented yet. Then the card game kind of came out. The Game Boy game was the first one out there, and then it's graduated up to what we see now. Now, this can do that and continue on. Why haven't we seen some of the newer ones out there doing the same thing? Now, for a couple of the other ones that are a little unique that I do have that I'm surprised about, first of all, I'd like to talk about Knight's Kingdom, this special one from LEGO. This one right here, it was going on, but I was surprised that I haven't actually searched around, but as far as I can remember, on console and handheld wide, there was no releases to this game digitally, which kind of makes it sad because, the LEGO games have been very good. This would have been a fantastic way to see a video game come out of it. So there's another one that needs to come out because of how nice it is. Another one from LEGO was, of course, Bionica, Quest for the Mask. Another card game that did not get a video game release, but would be totally worth getting. Unfortunately, I have one card, which makes me sad. Sorry. I don't know why my voice always likes to go when I like to do these. I guess. Another good one that I was able to pick up was, of course, these ones right here. This is the Shaman King from Shogun Jump. I'm happy to see they keep on coming out with different anime-based card games. That always makes it nice. And it's just nice to see, they bring out the characters and make it nice. That's what I really enjoy. Another great one I'd like to see, even if we get, like I said, an anime-based one from Shogun Jump. Here's all the Shogun Jump card games in a collection for your system or computer, even. Another fun one that I tried to get into, but I was unable to get enough cards to enjoy. And apparently I have 2 different decks. Okay. Oh, that's right, it's 2 different games. Okay, first of all is the X-Men game right here. This is the, I guess, Kidron style one. I didn't know I had 2 different versions of the game. Okay, well here's this X-Men one, and then here's this X-Men one. And the reason why you can say it's different is because the backs are completely different. But looking at this, X-Men trading card games. Why don't we have a video game for this one for the systems? Don't know why. Need to have it. Because the X-Men and the Marvel Universe, there has been at least one official release for the Marvel. There was a Marvel trading game for the Nintendo DS, which was really fun. I really enjoyed that one. And that's why I should have got more of these. I would love to have been able to play the game. but we need some newer ones where we can enjoy it. Then we go to some of the other ones that were huge because of, you know, what it is. And of course, that is the Dragon Ball trading card games. I have the GT ones right here, you know, the evil stepchild of Dragon Ball. But there's also Dragon Ball, and then there's Dragon Ball Z card game. You know, if there's been so many different ones of these released, it's strange to see that, you know, with all the Dragon Ball games that we've had attempted, you know, we had the Evil Saga ones, we've had action RPGs, we've had fighting games, we had all kinds of things, but the only one that we have not really received yet was an official card game, even though, well, okay, there was a few card games released. I think it was for Game Boy, or Game Boy Color. You actually used cards to determine what you were able to do. Now that was really, it worked really well. And would it be nice to see that brought back? Yes, it would. But it'd also be nice to see an official card-based one to where you actually are playing the cards without, you know, super animations or anything like that. Because really, this is what I like to see. So, out of the I have two more to talk about. And these ones I've never actually learned how to play, sadly. And that would be the Lord of the Rings trading card game. Make sure I get it all that. So I have all of these guys. Never learned how to play this one. I collected it because, you know, it's the Lord of the Rings. I was a huge fan of the movies, and it's like, oh, sweet, card game. And they have pictures from the movie in there. You get all kinds of things. You even get, let's see if I can find one. You get, you know, different areas of the movie, of the universe, also represented. You know, yes, I know that the Lord of the Rings has died off. Now that we have The Hobbit coming out, where we can enjoy The Hobbit, but still, the card game right here was solid to where we'd be able to enjoy it. It's another great example of a game that is phenomenal in the card form, to what I've heard, but would it be nice to actually see a digital version of the game come out where we can enjoy it? Yes. Now, the last card game I'm going to talk about, I'm going to surprise people with this one, but I actually was able to collect a lot of them. It's one of the hardest games I actually have. That's why I have not learned how to play this one. But sometimes that's how it is. These card games can get really big and enjoyable, but you have to be an extreme card player and able to get how to play these with it. Unless I'm like totally doing this wrong, so hopefully somebody will say, hey, it's not that hard. And that is, of course, Babylon 5, the card game. You know, the series was really good, and why not? Let's have a card game based off of that series. And, you know, with how all these different things that they had with the card game that I read up on, you know, why did this never get a official PC release or something like that? That would have been so nice to actually get it. Now, the reason why I'm asking and suggesting these is because for games like this, you know, to have a PC game on it not only would help us learn how to play the game a little bit better for those of us who don't have a lot of friends that play this game, because, you know, it's one of those obscure titles, because everybody goes for the magic and all that. It'd be nice to have a game that would teach us how to play it using the same rules, and then that way we can actually be able to, sweet, get the card game, and then we'd be able to play with other people like, hey, okay, I know how to play now. After a good example would definitely be the Magic the Gathering. After, you know, trying to learn it, I learned it really good. I was, you know, enjoying it. But when I played the digital version helped me improve my gameplay to where I was like, okay, now I understand exactly what that meant. And that's why having digital versions is phenomenal, you know, because of that little, you know, here's how you really play the game. Now enjoy the game. True, now that we do have, you know, Yahoo, YouTube, all that, everything out there. I don't know why I said Yahoo. Maybe because I want some chocolate. Anyway, but now that we have YouTube and all that, we actually have the internet to help us learn the game through video. But back then, having the card games was really nice on playable things. Now, I have one more to show you guys. This will be really the first time I've ever announced it online. So this is gonna be really this is kind of special for me, and I'm really excited. But what would be the ultimate card game, in my opinion? And kind of a little bit of history back in the day. I really enjoyed playing Magic. I really enjoyed, playing it. But of course, because it was made by Wizards of the Coast, and Dungeons and Dragons was a very insightful game back in the day, I was unable to actually play it as much as I wanted to. So I decided to start making my own card game based off of Nintendo. And I have only one full working prototype of the game. And, well, I just have not 100% tweaked it enough to where I can send it to Nintendo and like, hey guys, here's an awesome game. I did send some cards one time, and I actually received a letter back from Nintendo that actually said, this is a phenomenal idea. I guess that's the word of the day, phenomenal. I don't know why. Sometimes I just pick wood. But they were saying that, hey, if you're going to be doing something like this, make sure to have a full working demo sent to us. That way we would be able to play it. And for it, I have actually not come up with an official name of it yet. I think I just call it, Watami Dreams, because it's Artisakura Dreams. It's my dream to one day finish it up when I have the money and stuff to get it all finished up and released. So this right here is Watami Games, and what it is, it's a game that is 100% based off of characters from Nintendo systems only, and I use art that I've seen throughout Nintendo Power or older things. That I use a lot of images from manuals. I also do getting images from video games, which really helped out. And then each of them actually right here's the back of the card for a boss. I was thinking about a game. Why not have a game that you take a lot of things that were extremely popular in Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and then you take a huge inspiration from Mario RPG and make a card game. That way, you actually have a lot of things to play in the game. The game itself works really nicely, and it just goes to show, there is so much more card games that can be out there. Like right here's the Mana. Go to think of something that right there is a Sunstar. But having the different characters that you could actually have as minions to help you out, it brought out a lot of fun items from the video games, make it into a card game. And everybody that I've actually played the game with, especially this version of the game, which would probably be in a sense 5.0. I mean, I've been working on this since I was 12, I think. So there's been a lot of changes with it to where it made it fun. Everybody's enjoyed it, and it was a nice little card game to do. And see, with options like this of what a card game can become if somebody actually sits down and actually starts, what rules were good, what rules can come and be able to improve a card game. Well, that's what I sat down and did and really worked with it. I've had a lot of good ideas that I've talked with people and tried to change around. And I even officially use, I officially use dice in my game and everything. But because of it being a hugely licensed thing, I'd never be able to make a digital copy of it or anything like that. But that's why I think trading card games are extremely important to go digital or to experiment. If I had because I had the time to put everything I liked for the multiple different games I was able to experiment with and play. I made my own game that works really nicely. I might have to actually do a video on it, talking about what Tommy dreams and show you guys a little bit more about it. But that's why I think would make a very good collection disc, even of just anime-based card games or card games from the past, the digital version. That way we would be able to enjoy the Babylon 5, Lord of the Rings. I know there's a Star Trek one out there. There's a Star Wars one out there. You name it, man. There was a ton of card games back in the day that really went out of their way to, hey, here, enjoy the game playing it with cards. And that's why I think that having such an idea be able to come out as a collection, or just seeing each of the card games come back as a digital version where we can actually play on the multiple different consoles and handhelds, would be so much fun. Because just, man, besides video games and board games, card games, man, I've lost a lot of hours with so much fun being able to play each of these different games that I was able to learn how to play. And yeah, so that could be a game. Card games of the past collection. As always, guys, leave comments below. What was your favorite card game to play? Trading card game. Make sure I specify that. Trading card game. Because card games is for another day. What was your favorite one? Was it Magic the Gathering? Was it Pokemon? Was it Babylon 5? Was it any of the other games that came out? Let me know down there. It's always fun to read you guys' comments. That way I have inspiration of what to search for, what to get, and be able to enjoy it with you guys. I always find that so much fun when you guys say, hey, here's this. And I guess for the first time ever, if you guys are always interested, follow me on Twitter. That's Tsakura Watami. On Facebook, it's Tsakura, space Watami. That's actually how I have it. And then, of course, I'll even on Steam, Tsakura Watami. Make it as easy as possible for you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Tsakura saying ciao and sayonara.